welcome to Footsteps.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rachel. This week we're going to look at the story when Jesus calms the storm.
So let's start with the story of it. One day, Jesus told the disciple it was time to cross to the other side of the sea. Many of Jesus' disciples were fishermen. They climbed aboard their fishing boats and began to cross. When they were in the middle of the sea, the wind began to blow. Soon they were in the middle of a storm. There was thunder and lightning and the waves were high. Soon their boat began to fill with water. They were terrified. Meanwhile, Jesus was sleeping in the boat. The disciples couldn't believe it. They woke Jesus and asked him, "Don't you care if we drown in the middle of the sea?" Jesus stood up and told the storm to be still. Instantly, the wind stopped and the storm went away. The disciples were in awe. They knew only God could control the weather. They bowed down and worshipped Jesus. They knew he cared and nothing was impossible for him.
That's a very interesting story. Have you ever had problems and had no one to ask for help?
Yes. Yeah.
So who would you ask?
My go-to person is you a lot of the time.
Yeah. But who... Would
My
you pray
friends,
about it?
Yeah, I'd sort of pray or maybe go and see Nick as
Who's
our
the
minister.
Yes, and talk about your problems. And that Jesus will listen to your problems. Might not solve them in quite the way you expected.
No.
But there will be some way that they are solved.
When I'm asking about problems, I ask him to guide me a lot of the
Yes.
time. Rather than to solve it, to guide me through it.
And those disciples were scared, and often we're scared of things. Sometimes it's little things.
Like spiders.
Sometimes it's big things like going to a new school in September.
Yeah.
Or the COVID virus, because that has been quite scary for us.
Or tests at this time of year.
Yes. Right. I'm going to do an experiment, talking of tests and school. I've got a holly leaf. I'm going to float it to my water. And it's not moving much. I wonder what I've got here that could make it go faster. I've got a cap. If I waft it, is it moving?
It's not really moving.
Oh, that's rubbish. Plate.
Or you can see it going a little bit. It's definitely moving.
No, not it. So the plate works well. A tissue, it's clean.
Seems to be a little bit, but not a lot. Not as much as the plate.
My tea towel.
That one's not moving at all. Oh no, there's a little bit movement now.
And lastly, a piece of paper. Let's see if this makes it move.
Again, there's a little bit. You can see it more on the...
I think the plate was the
Filter.
best, wasn't it? What you could do at home is you could set up an experiment. Get a container and put water in it and put different things in it. I thought a ping pong ball would be quite good.
Yes.
Or, I don't know, anything that floats. It's
I think
got
you might
to
have
float.
a foam ball.
Yes. And you could see if you can move it.
Or, at this time of year, get your paddling pool out and put a football on there.
Oh yes, that'd be fun. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.